40 miles in 4 days. Fishing, camping, and exploring. The longest river in the state, cutting through the heart of Texas. Watch us put our gear and ourselves past the breaking point.
I think our worst nightmare just came true.
Danger, danger,
Oh
danger.
boy, this is pretty serious. We're on. We're on. Fish on, baby. Back into the river where she belongs. The legendary Brazos River.
Brought to you by Bonafide.
Good morning and welcome to Life on the River. It is day 3 on our epic float of the Brazos River. Myself and Caleb have basically chosen to float 40 miles on water that I've never set foot or set paddle on. If you guys are new to this series, be sure to check out the first part where we embark our maiden voyage down this beautiful, legendary West Texas River in hopes to find a little bit of everything. Big bass, big gar, big catfish, carp, anything that swims. And all the while doing that, experiencing some interesting things that we encounter along the way. There's so much that goes on during these trips aside from fishing, such as the whole camping aspect. Just want to give you guys a bit of a taste as to where we slept last night. Way in the back of these bushes, there was a bit of grass that we found, and it was a perfect spot for our 2-person tent to set up. It just barely sleeps 2 full-grown idiots, and it works. It's not bad. It keeps us away from the bugs, and that's all that matters, as this is a river kayaking trip. We've also got our kayaks over here too. I know a lot of you guys in the previous part probably saw this, but I want to briefly recap and kind of show you what we've been doing. These are both of our yaks. Mine is an RVR 119 by Bonafide, and Caleb's is an SS 127, also by Bonafide. His is a little bit bigger, so we've been carrying all of our camping gear and food in the actual hull of the kayak, whereas mine is primarily meant for water, some food, batteries, and then fishing gear as well. But what we've experienced thus far on this river send is some trials and turmoil. I'll say this, the fishing definitely doesn't come easy out here, at least for us this trip. We struggled to kind of find some fish early on in the trip, but yesterday we had a couple moments. We caught a couple of very nice fish, and I did manage to hook a giant buffalo carp on an actual artificial lure. They were hunting in the shallows. People always have this negative connotation towards carp that you have to throw corn or bread for them, but we were actually spot and stocking them. So I'm gonna make it a goal of mine today to actually see if I can spot and stock a sucker carp with a lure. I think that'd be so much fun. They're fun fish. They're very strong and very powerful, especially in this current where they've grown up and lived their whole lives. But I'm excited. I've got some goals for today. I think just improve upon the days previously, and yesterday was better than the day before, so I'm hoping day 3 is better than yesterday. If that makes any sense. I don't know, but it feels so good to wake up on the river's edge. There is no better medicine than being outside and having this river to yourself, watching the egrets hunt in the shallows, watching minnows jump and scurry away from bass, and just knowing that you have the potential to have an amazing day. Let's get after it. Nice. Nice. This is unfortunate. I'm stuck on a rock and I've got my first fish of the day on a big swim bait. I can't even get away from the little guys by throwing big baits. It's just like, they're so aggressive in here. I am high centered on a rock right now, but we got our first fish. That might be the quickest we've caught a bass all trip. Nice little largemouth. They got to get bigger though, man. Oh wow, he's got like a gash in him. Look at that. That's super interesting. Almost as if he's been attempted to be eaten by a heron of sorts. Could be a bald eagle too. Later, Stanky. Later, Stanky. Come on, get off there. Get off that fucking rock. Thank you. Decent one. Not a bad fish. Not bad at all. Right where one should be. Nice. Oh, and he's gone. Wasn't huge, about a pounder. It's gone. Oh, nice. I'll let him eat it too. No! I should have retied. That was a big one. No, I cannot lose fucking bites like that, man. Oh, shit. Just for 1 hour, can I get just some calm ass weather? 1 hour. It's blowing like the Atlantic out here, dude. I've had calmer days in the ocean. Ah! Good one. Good one. Oh, not that good, but it's a bass. We'll take him. Took a minute to get this fish. Holy moly. Kayak flip. Whew. Nice healthy Brazos largie. And the fishing is tough. That's been the name of the game for these past couple days, but when you do get that bite, it is so rewarding. Nice, healthy 2-pound largemouth bass. Really good genetics on this one. You can tell this is gonna be a future 10-pounder all day. And the only way we can ensure that is by releasing him safely. Let's send him back. Man, I thought it was a big one when he bit. I'm still a little rattled after that first break off of the morning. Let's go, let's go. A little momentum, that's all we needed. Caught that fish right where I've been catching just about all my fish, and that is a deep edge adjacent to some current. It's textbook. Let's get another. There we go. There's a good one. There's a decent fish. There we go. Oh, get in the kayak. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Decent fish. Decent fish. The wind is cranking. I can barely stay freaking in spot. Oh God, stop, 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 stop. Okay, and now I'm in the trees. Love that. Absolutely love that. All right, let's get to the bank with this fish. It is just too gnarly with the current and the wind. Oh my gosh, relax, buddy, relax. I worked for this fish so hard. I don't think I've ever worked for a 1.5 pounder like I did just then. Gonna get a quick look at this guy and then send him back. So hectic. Like, even when I'm finally able to make a cast on a fish, the wind's blowing in front of me, the current's pushing behind me. I've got 2 kayaks that are, yours is floating away right now. I'm gonna go get your kayak. Yours is literally floating away and it's in my, oh my gosh, dude. It has just been such a grueling day with these weather conditions, but at least we have a bass to show for it. And it just makes you appreciate that one bite when you finally do get it. We're gonna send him right back in the water. This fish deserves to live. Absolutely made my evening. Wasn't the giant I was hoping for. Damn, it felt good. I probably look like a 5-year-old trying to land that thing. I'm like worried about getting blown into the trees because I got rods and power poles and I don't want to lose the fish because we didn't get that many bites today, period. But yeah, made it happen. It seems like they for sure are on these exact banks. Every time we pull up to a deep bank with current, it's got a little natural drop to it. That's a go. We get bit. And I've missed some opportunities today, but at least I can capitalize on the little ones. I'm gonna get back in there. There should be some more. That's cruel. I might just fish from here, honestly. It's stressful with this wind. Stressful. Stressful, I tell you. Did I just break my glasses? Yeah, they're shattered. You know what else is shattered? My will to keep rowing. Oh, how many more miles do you have left, Caleb? He doesn't know. And neither do I. Well, let me get up. I just want to sulk for a quick moment. Sorry about that, coasters. We've made it to campsite number 3 of the trip. It is crazy to think we've come this far. We're at the 29-mile mark. Tomorrow's our last day, believe it or not. Today was rough. There's one word and one word on my mind all day, and that is wind, spelled P-I-E-C-E space S-H-I. We'll believe about the last part, but you probably guessed what I just said. Yeah, the wind really sucked today, and I hate blaming not catching fish on other variables that I can't control, but I have to touch on it. The wind, I know I hate talking about it. It really sucks, but it just made it so impossible to fish. There'd be areas where we'd be going, in theory, like 5 miles in the current, but we're literally going backwards because the wind is blowing the opposite direction. It's just two Mother Nature forces colliding, and it's just made for a very tough 11-mile float today. We did catch a couple fish. I missed out on a huge opportunity. I mean, who knows how big that fish is? There's double digits caught here frequently, you know, that being a bass of 10 pounds or larger caliber caught out of this river frequently. And, you know, I'm not gonna say it was a 10 pounder, but if I was Perrick, I might have. Anyway, we're at base camp. Welcome to our humble abode. It's quite nice to know that there's a couple $1 million homes just right over that ridge there. I can hear a fancy dinner party going on. But you know what, that's fine. We don't need a fancy dinner party. We've got MREs, some water, the sun, and the cool water between our toes. And too, on top of that, I'm gonna soak a little bottom fishing rig out there and see if we can maybe get something to bite. We decided to camp on this kind of narrow section of the river, and who knows, there could be something lurking for a jerkin. Anyway, day two, what day is it? Day 3, rough go. We're still having fun, and this float has been quite the adventure. Ooh, look at this.
Ancient coral. Look at this. This is nice. You can see the striations. It is coral. Smell it. Taste it. Ancient coral. You never know what you'll find on the riverbed of the Brazos.
I should just take up archaeology and geology and cornology and fartology. Did you just throw it? Wow, you had me like a freaking stray dog on that one. It's actually pretty cool though. I think it's coral. Well, it should just be like a regular ass rock. Oh look, here's some asphalt. This was made a long time ago. This was made recently. I bet this coral never thought in a million years he'd be hanging out with some asphalt. That's pretty sick. Anyway, do we have whiskey? Oh, we're on. We're on. Fish on, baby. Oh my gosh, no way. New species. New species. What is this? What is this? Oh wow, it's a catfish. It's not what I thought we were gonna catch on corn. That's so cool. It's a nice channel cat. Hey, we actually caught something cool today. That's awesome. Dude, the rod just went off. I was not expecting it to go off like that. Very cool. Nice little channel cat. It's kind of fun soaking some bait, eating some food. Oh, it took perfectly too. I love that. Oh, relax, buddy. Wow, feisty little dude. There we have it. A channel catfish, Brazos River catfish. New species to add to the list on our journey. It's so funny, we haven't even seen any catfish this entire time we've been floating down the river, but here we are actually holding one. Pretty little dude. Perfect. This guy could have been stocked recently, I don't know. Hooked exactly where we want him, in the corner of the mouth with a circle hook. He fell for some freeze-dried MRE corn. What a gooby. What a gooby. I always love watching that rod go off and just sitting there being like, oh God, go get it, go get it. Catfish is unhooked. Ready? Oh, he bit me good. Ready, Caleb? Time to send him back. Thanks for playing, Kiki. Cool. That is so funny. It's the first time we've seen a catfish in the river, and it just happened to be on the end of my line. Well, good news is, I got more corn. Let's keep soaking. All right, See if we can get something else. One catfish down. I'm curious as to what else is lurking in these murky waters. Oh, fish. Decent one. Looks decent. Oh wow. What do I have here? What the heck is this, dude? What is this? Another catfish. That's crazy. We're in like a little hole of catfish. That's kind of fun. Well, if we didn't just eat, I'd say we'd have a sweet fish fry going. A little kitty. That's awesome. I'm just gonna get him quickly unhooked. 2 catfish in a row. On corn, of all things. Don't really catch catfish on corn. Gotta watch out for these younger catfish because they do have some pretty gnarly pectoral and a nice dorsal spine. It'll actually make you flare up a little bit too if they get you. I just like lipping them. Some guys go balls to walls and just grab them. Lipping them's easy. I don't have to worry about the if possibility I get stung. Nice. Channel cat. Later, Bubba. Thanks for biting. Nice. Well, this is it. I'm waiting on my last bite of the night before the sun sets on the Brazos River, and we can call day 3 done and dusted. One more day to make things happen. We're at the 29-mile mark right now, and we have roughly 10 miles to go. I don't know. We've got some really good water ahead of us, based upon what the map says. I'm keeping an optimistic mindset, although it is hard to do that when the fish are not biting, the wind is blowing, it's hot, and on top of that, we just lost all of our ability to charge camera gear. So thankfully it's our last night, because if this were to happen, our first night, we'd be in serious trouble. I would not be standing here talking to you guys with this camera. Everything would be dead. So we're peacing out, signing out, and we'll catch you guys on day number 4 of the legendary Brazos River. Good morning, wieners, and welcome to the Brazos. Day number 4. It's our last and final day. Sad to say. I've really enjoyed this trip. There's something so uniquely special and important about trips like this. Rather than hopping your truck and dropping your expensive boat off on a ramp and fishing for a couple hours, this is so much more different. It's so much more three-dimensional. Waking up on the riverbed and pushing your kayak right into the water and starting to fish like that is the best. Yeah, there's no AC, there's no cold water, and unfortunately no margaritas. But what's nice about this trip is you get to really be in the element of the fish, in the element of nature, and get the whole, full, true experience. This will be, I think, my 3rd ever Texas river float. We've done the Devil's River, the Guadalupe River, now the Brazos River. I think I'm gonna make it a goal of mine to float every single major river in Texas for at least 30 to 40 miles and fish it. I would definitely want to redo this river again when conditions are maybe better, when there's less wind, because I feel like I haven't really scratched the surface and reached the full Brazos River potential. But regardless, this has been fun. With the fishing being difficult and the weather not being great, I've still really enjoyed camping out on the river's edge and just floating. Like, the current's great right now, and it's honestly beautiful out. Like, it's not too hot, but it's not too cold, and the conditions are seemingly perfect. The fish don't seem to mind, though. They don't care. The fish really, I guess, want something that we're not giving them. All that aside, though, no more moping and whining. This is our last day, so let's make it count. Wieners, let's go crack a big one. That's it. We're floating. Our last and final day. Can't believe this trip's gone by so quick. Sad. There we go. That's a nice one. That's actually a decent one. Wow, let's go. First fish of the day, and it's a good one. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Oh, nice fish. Quality bass. I'm pretty sure we heard this one busting all last night. Here we go. First fish of the day, and it's a quality one. On a completely new lure I've not tried yet. Let's put him on the bogas and bring him over to Caleb so we can get a nice shot of this guy. There we go. Nice. Let's go, baby. This little system we have for filming these fish is nice. I just got the boga grips right here. I attach it to the fish and we row on over to the big camera. That way this fish is not spending any time out of the water, and they have a much better chance of surviving. But here we are, first fish of the day, and it's happened quicker than it has any other day. Maybe this is a sign of a good omen. Oh, look at that bass though. Quality little largemouth. We actually, while we were at camp, heard this fish busting all night. He was eating minnows and bait of sorts, and I actually got a chance to catch him. Quality largemouth. Beautiful fish in here. These fish look so unique. Very green, very lean, I would say, probably because they're constantly fighting the current, and they're all muscle. River fish are just built completely different because they spend their whole lives in current. They're so much stronger than lake fish. If you fish rivers, you know. River smallmouth, river largemouth, they go crazy hard. Quality bass though. We're gonna get a few shots of this fish and send her right back on the laydown so she can continue to eat minnows and bait and thrive to one day become a 10-pounder. Time for the release. Thank you for biting. Whew. So, as I've done every day, I've thrown what I fished previously out the window the day before. First day, started off with big swim baits, frogs, jigs, big worms, boom. Stopped throwing that, retied a bunch of stuff. Yesterday and the day before that, I really focused on throwing the nuke punch, which has gotten us some really good bites, and it seems to be like the MVP of this trip. But it hasn't also excelled to its fullest potential either. With that being said, I decided to try something completely different. That fish actually ate a Guggen dart. Since that fish was back there eating small bait and minnows, I decided to throw something very similar. Throwing a weightless 5-inch Guggen dart, and that fish fell for it. I was actually working it really fast. Twitch, 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 pause, twitch, twitch, pause, and that fish came up basically to the surface to eat that dart. These baits are awesome for river fishing. As a kid, all I used to fish in rivers was basically fluke style baits for smallmouth in Wisconsin. So I'm taking what I already know from previous experiences in a different location and applying it here on the Brazos. See if we can get another one though. It's a perfect color too. It's a very natural color. Actually, this color is called natural, and it looks like a lot of the bait that these fish are feeding on. First fish, let's get some more. The little dart is perfect for, honestly, rivers like this because you've got a lot of low-hanging trees, areas that are tough to cast into, and the dart is probably one of the best lures to skip and get way back in there. It's completely weedless too, so if I hit the bank with this or I get in some brush, I'm gonna come straight out and work my bait right through. That's the key, is like, there's nothing worse than knowing you're about to cast into a good spot and then getting snagged. Oh my gosh, big one right there. That was a big fish. Big fish. Oh my gosh, big fish. That was a good one. There seems to be some nice fish in this little stretch of the river. How do I get that one to eat? Wow, that fish is chasing bait like hard. Come on, find that dart, buddy. Wow, that was a good fish. We've not seen bigger fish like that feeding on the surface at all this week. It's a really good sign. Well, anyway, like I was saying, this dart is absolutely perfect for these conditions because I can get it way up under some snaggy stuff and work it all the way through. Oh my gosh, how did I not get bit on? That looks so good. They very well could have been fishing in front of us the entire time, which might also explain why the fishing was a little bit more difficult. I don't know. Were they fishing? Oh yeah. They had rods. Oh, there's one. Oh, he dropped it. That was a good bite. Why'd he drop it? You're barely eating it today, for God's sakes. There you see it again. Oh, it's a good one. That's a good fish. That's a decent one. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Came back and ate it. Got him. That's a little bit better one. Fat 3-pounder. We'll freaking take it. Look at that fish. On something completely different, the nuke punch, the tried and true. We're gonna put this guy on the clip and bring him on over to Caleb so you guys can admire this fish in all of its beauty. I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna jinx anything, but today has been a much better start. The sun hasn't even fully gotten up yet. We've got 2 very nice fish to our name. Let's get this guy on the boga. I love this system. Keeps him alive and well while we're filming. Oh, look at that. Quality 3-pounder. Not very long, but dude, It's got a gut only a mother can love. Beautiful fish. Came back and ate it. Missed him once, and he ate it a second time. 2 bites, 2 quality fish on 2 different lures. This one was actually on the nuke punch, first one on the dart. All right, buddy, thank you so much. You might be the start of something amazing. There she goes. It's so crazy. We fished a ton of water very similar to this, but it hasn't yielded anything. I don't know if the water is dropping right now and it's making these fish more comfortable, but it just surprises me that we're even getting bites in a stretch like this, because I've fished stuff very similar that sets up and looks very alike for the past 3 days, and we haven't had any success. So having a couple bites in this is kind of confusing. It makes me scratch my head, but it makes me thankful that they're actually maybe starting to turn on today. Let's keep cranking. I have not seen that movie in a very long time. Oh, got him. Got him. Good one. That was so sick. That was so sick. Oh, he's got another one with him. There's two. There's two. There's two. There's 2 with him. Oh, that was so sick. Come here. Don't come off. Don't come off. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. He's gonna come off. I know it. Oh, come here. Got him. Got him. Oh, he just popped off. Let's go, dude. We got ourselves a freaking big swim bait eater. I felt the bite. I was like, oh. I waited, and then I finally set the hook. Let me get a little closer to you. That's a healthy fish. There was like a 3-pound spotted bass following him too. That was nuts. Feels good. Feels good. I got my bass behind me. Coming to the beach to show y'all yet another solid quality catch. Man, we've caught 3 fish today, all on different lures and tactics. Wow, that is really deep right there. Hang on. I'm not the most nimble human being, as you may be able to tell. Clearly need to work on my kayak legs. Come here, bass. Wow, it is like a super steep drop right here. Take a gander at that. Nothing huge, but a very quality, healthy fish. Look at the back. Oh, the tail. That is a good sign. When you see fish that look like this, it's a very good sign that you're in a healthy ecosystem. Beautiful, probably almost, I don't know, high 2-pound largemouth bass. Absolutely crushed the big swim bait. There's no better bite than that. Maybe a frog, I suppose, but aside from a frog, a big swim bait bite is so freaking cool. We're doing it, man. Last day, we're figuring some stuff out. We're just having to switch lures. I mean, we've caught them on weightless darts today. We've caught them on nuke punches, and now big swim bait. This guy actually had a buddy with him. There was like a 3-pound spot that was trying to grab the swim bait out of its mouth. That's a good sign. If you've got fish falling in the fish that you're hooked up to, trying to grab the bait out of its mouth, it just goes to show that they are keyed in on that specific bait. We're gonna get one last look at him and send him back. So cool, dude. We are so blessed and fortunate to be able to experience this river and actually get some bites there at the end. I want to show you guys what I caught that fish on. This is what I caught that fish on. This is a Bass Mafia 6-inch line through. These are great swim baits. They're very inexpensive too. I think they're like 13, 14 bucks. But this has got a really cool mechanism where the line goes through the bait in of itself, and then you tie up your hook right there. That way, if you do hook a fish, this bait is free to slide up and down the line, so there's less leverage on that hook point, and ultimately you will land more fish. There's a little magnet in there too that keeps the hook in place and snug. But that's what that fish ate. A little trout imitation, although this color I think is called Texas Gizzard, which is funny. These are great baits. I'll leave these linked down below if you guys want to get some. That felt good, man. Felt good to finally smack one. And 2, I now know there's fish on this bank, so I'm going to loop back around and fish it slow with this 6-inch swimmer. I was throwing the bandito bug over it with no luck, but this is what got the bite. Let's go. Put her there, Caleb. Crush! 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 No way, as soon as it hit the water. As soon as it hit the water, dude. As soon as it hit the freaking water. Another nice one. Another good one. That was crazy. I cranked my reel once. Literally once. Decent little fish. Oh, look at the hook set too. That is why that line through is so perfect. Gets them stuck real nice. Quick look and we'll send him back. Thank you, buddy. That was awesome. As soon as it freaking hit the water, that fish ate it. Wow, I think we're throwing the right stuff. There we go, little guy. Little guy. Stinky little dude. Wow, I think we broke a record today. We've caught more fish today than we have this whole trip. Nice. I think this is fish number 5 of the day. Not too shabby. Still hunting for a giant, but these guys are keeping us busy meanwhile. Beautiful. Time to spot and stock a carp. Oh, perfect. The sun just came out too. This is ideal. Oh, decent little bass. Going for carp and I catch a bass. Of course. That's cool. It's fun to hop out of the yak every now and then and try to catch some fish. What? Yeah, I know. It's a decent one. I just saw him eat something. He crushed this little Ned rig. That is quite a little bass to me in this fierce current. See you, buddy. Oh, I got a little bit of service. I've got a little bit of service here, mate. All right, who wants some? Oh. Itty bitty. Itty bitty titty committee. Itty bitty titty committee. It's a stinky dinky. Woo! On the big swim bait too. Of course. Oh, just came undone. Quick look. Set her back. Itty bitty titty committee. He tickled the swim bait. The bite felt small. I really wasn't holding my breath on that one, but it's nice to have something break the silence. And two, I will say, I believe we've broken a record. We caught the most fish on our last day. Not the biggest. Day 2, we caught the biggest. We've definitely got the most fish. Caught quite a lot of bites. I've had a lot of bites too. Like if I would have landed every single bite that I had, it would have been a pretty solid day, honestly. Not that it's not. It's a good day. It's much better than what we've experienced. But definitely had a couple opportunities that I definitely failed to capitalize on. Itty bitty titty committee. Oh no, dude. Good one. Good fish. Oh, God, it hammered it too. Well, shout out to the gar. It got me. Sunburnt, exhausted, absolutely overwhelmed for the past 4 days. But the good news is we've completed our journey. 40 miles on the Brazos River. Caught fish every single day, saw something new every single day. Although this trip definitely lacked in some serious fish catching, it did make up for the overall experience. I've never floated this many miles on this very river before, and I definitely will be doing it again. It's cool. Now we've done the Devil's River, the Guadalupe, and now the Brazos. I can't help but to feel a little bit hungry after this trip, and I'm already thinking of the next river that we're gonna float, whether it be the Llano, the Frio, the San Marcos, or maybe we exit Texas in a whole and try a different state and a different river and completely new territory. These Texas rivers though are one-on-ones. They're so unique. Every single mile that you clock on this river, the river completely changes, and it was a lot of fun doing this, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this experience. Again, huge shout out to Bonafide for sponsoring this series and making this happen. Show them some love, check out their website, and if you're in the market for a kayak, here's 2 models that were absolutely amazing this trip, and I think will be amazing for you guys, whether you're floating rivers, lakes, ponds, or streams. But before we part ways and load up the truck and head back north, I'm curious, which river should we float next and film another one of these series? But for now, we're peacing out, signing out. Thank you for watching. And as always, folks, keep floating. Never stop.